Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Trambakam yajamahe, Sugandhim pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva bandhanan, Mrityurmukshiyamamrutat. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Trambakam yajamahe, Sugandhim pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva bandhanan, Mrityurmukshiyamamrutat. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoamamrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti. Good morning. అందరూ బాగున్నారా? మనసు బాగుందా? It's very important, right? Otherwise, see, the world around you is so beautiful, but we don't notice it because our mind is preoccupied with something else. Khalil Gibran said, we are here only to discover beauty. All else is a form of waiting. We are here only to discover beauty. All else is a form of waiting. Everybody wants happiness. Happiness will come only when you discover beauty. Where is beauty? There is beauty all around. That beauty you will discover when you see God in everything in the created. When you can see the presence of the divine in everything that is there in this universe, that is the day you have discovered beauty. Till then, you are just in search of beauty. Till you get that beauty, you will not be able to make yourself happy, whatever you may get from this world. No amount of material wealth, no amount of luxuries, amenities, comforts will really make you feel happy till you discover that beauty. Once you discover that beauty, you notice the presence of God even in an ant. So much of attention will come. Today, we don't pay attention to such a phenomenal creation has happened. Actually, if you are really sane, we would be wondering it every minute. Every minute it would be a wonder for us because such a phenomenal creation God has done. But that sense of wonder we have completely lost. You just see children, everything they see with such attention. Okay, and they look with 100% attention. Okay, a salamander they look at, a frog they look at, 100% attention. As we grow up, that attention goes away. As the attention goes away, we get preoccupied with our own mundane grind, our own creation. There is God's creation and our own creation. What is our own creation? The latest is cell phone. So, okay, we are so preoccupied with this, we don't notice it. God's creation. Otherwise, you just look at the sky, the sun, the stars, the wind that is blowing, the water, fire. We don't know anything. It's just there. We name it and then we use it. Otherwise, everything, if you just observe, you don't know what it is. You just named it and we are using it. Though the sense of wonder should always be there. That means we have lost attention. We are not paying attention to things that are around. That means we are not paying any attention to the Creator. Because not just Creator and creation. Forget about Creator. Anyway, though we don't see the Creator. We can see the Creator only through the creation. Because as a phenomenal creation has happened, it should remind you of the Creator all the time, if you have real attention. Forget about these two things. Now there is a third world, that virtual world, which we have created that has come. So we're totally occupied with our own creation. And you miss this grand beauty of the Creator. And because you have not discovered beauty, you're always in search of happiness. But all the mistakes, all the yogis, all the philosophers, as they have poets, great poets, as they discover this beauty and they're always joyful, they're in a kind of bliss. Okay? They get inebriated with that bliss. Just as a man who drinks alcohol gets inebriated, they will be in that bliss, blissed out. They have discovered that infinite source of ananda that is within every one of us. Once you discover that, the whole universe becomes very small for you. Every particle actually reminds you of the infinite creator. So that's why it's very important to keep the mind in a positive frame and to pay attention to the things around, whatever the little thing that you do. Manasam with the manavam. In our culture, the definition for human being is manasam. Manishante manase. Sariram kaadu. Sariram is only external manifestation. Primarily, a human being means is the mind. Okay? Your happiness or misery both come from that. So, how you cultivate your mind and thoughts, on that depends how much of life you really experience. Okay? There are negative thoughts which are actually, weakening and debilitating, pain giving. Those thoughts you have to overcome with positive thoughts, good thoughts, strength giving thoughts. And afterwards, you have to go beyond even good thought also. Because all thought is a limitation. When you transcend that good thought also, then you touch that consciousness, that bliss, that ananda, God. That is our real being. So today, and in this age, 21st century, as a modern man, so those who have so many amenities and comforts, we are not able to enjoy even our own creation also because the mind is predominantly, filled with this negative, okay, debilitating thoughts. Because we are not nurturing the mind, we are not cultivating it on a daily basis. Just as we feed the body and nourish the physical body, the same way we need to feed and nourish the mind also on a daily basis. Because body takes the food only when you give it. Mind is not like that because it is just a bundle of thoughts. It has to get filled up with some thought, positive or negative. It can't be an empty vessel. Mind cannot be an empty vessel. It is just thought, okay, positive or negative. So if you don't give positive thought consciously, it just picks up the negative and then weakens you. That's why it's very important to nurture, to nourish the mind on a daily basis. Reading some good thoughts, reading the biographies of good people, messages of good people, teachings of good people, great people, inspiring people like Vivekananda is essential. Is very much essential. But we have ignored this dimension of our personality to such an extent. We think we are primarily the only physical body. Only when something happens, some big failure happens in life, some kind of depression sets in, and then we pay attention to the mind. Till then, actually, we neglect it. We don't cultivate it, we don't pay attention to it. So it's very important that we nurture our mind with good, positive, and strength-giving thoughts. And afterwards, I tell you, thought, whatever it may be, however grand the thought may be, thought is a limitation only. The ultimate goal should be to transcend the thought itself. This is why in our culture they say that because the mind is based on ego sense, our desire, our individuality, they ask us to drop that individuality to attain to the highest. Because once that little individuality is removed, you become cosmic, you become divine. So, but that is a higher goal. Forget about that. Not many are prepared to achieve that goal or to set that as their goal. So till you set that as your goal, just do this simple thing of nurturing the mind every day. Just feed some good positive thoughts to the mind every day. Slowly, 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 you will gain in strength. You will gain in purity. And slowly, your experience of life also will get enhanced. More joy, more happiness will come from within because your mind is in a positive state. And afterwards, it becomes easy for you to concentrate that mind. And you will be able to acquire skills easily and settlement in life. I mean, so called, making a living, getting a job also becomes easy because you have nurtured and trained the mind. So, how perfect an instrument that you have got, and that depends how quickly you will achieve success. And not only achieving success, your experience of life as a whole, how much of joy you experience, between life and death. That's all. It's a brief period, I said. Okay. Life is only an energy and a period, right? Some certain amount of time and certain amount of energy. So a certain amount of time, how much of actually you have derived from life? If we just see most of the people only something like a drudgery, they're dragging, 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 dragging. Okay. Experience of life is very poor because you have not even figured out the fundamentals of life. Now that's the problem. Goal is to conquer the mind. Before you expect to conquer the mind, at least fill up the mind with positive and good thoughts. Okay. So nurture the mind, nourish the mind. That is the secret to success. Thank you. Have a nice day.